Of First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com and the author of Burns, Falls and Emergency Calls. Today I'm going to talk to you about new legislation that's just come out from Allergy UK, and they have been campaigning long and hard to have emergency adrenaline auto-injectors available in schools, and they've won. So from October the 1st 2017 schools are going to be able to buy an additional adrenaline auto-injectors to have available in case somebody in their class, one of their pupils, one of their staff, has an acute anaphylactic reaction, and for some reason either their adrenaline auto-injector isn't available, it's out of date, it's not working, or something, or they've used theirs and they need an additional one. Now, the exact information about how this is all going to be managed isn't going to be out until a little bit later, and we'll keep you updated on that. But at the moment, we know that the legislation has been passed similar to the way that schools can have an emergency asthma pump available for children or anyone who's been prescribed an asthma pump who needs one and hasn't got it immediately available. So it's a great idea and a great step forward. And it is so important for everyone to carry their auto-injectors if they've been prescribed one. There are a lot of people out there who've been prescribed one and they think, oh, well, I haven't needed it for ages and I'm managing to avoid things. There have been a few high-profile cases recently that have ended tragically. There was a lad who was always very, very careful, a teenager, very careful with his food, and he went to a fast food outlet and he thought he was ordering plain chicken, and somehow that chicken was contaminated. He had a reaction, he didn't have his auto-injector with him, and he died. He died almost outside St Thomas's Hospital. It just wasn't quick enough to get there and to save him. So don't assume that you are okay avoiding the food or whatever you are allergic to. Things can get contaminated, and they can get contaminated easily. There was another high-profile case just a few little time ago with a lad whose schoolmates thought it was a good idea to try and put cheese in his face, knowing that he was allergic to it, and sadly he died as well. And people aren't aware. I was in our ice cream shop just a few weeks ago, and I saw the ice cream lady, or the lady serving the ice cream, use the scoop, serve up peanut ice cream, and then went to the vanilla ice cream. And she found that she had too much to go into the container, so she wiped the peanut and it went back into the vanilla. And I pointed that out to her very nicely. I said, you know, you've contaminated the vanilla there with nut ice cream, and if someone's got an allergic reaction, they could react. And she was really nice about it. She apologised profusely. She removed it immediately. But the chap next to me turned round and completely berated me for a namby-pamby overreaction to that. Oh, a bit of contamination to your in your ice cream wouldn't kill you, would it? And I said, well, actually it could. It really could. So this was proper ice cream with nuts in it, and if that was contaminated into other ice cream, then it could kill somebody who had a severe nut allergy. So people in the general public very often aren't aware of how severe these allergies can be. And it's important that we share this. Please share this video if it's of interest to you or interest to others, and encourage other people, raise awareness so that people are a little bit more vigilant and we avoid this unnecessary contamination that can happen. And if you have an allergic reaction, or if you're with someone that has, please ensure that they have their medication with them as well. I hope that's been useful. That's Emma Hammett from First Aid for Life and onlinefirstaid.com.